What's up, guys? Taters from TeamSlopyTaters here, and I just wanted to take a second out of my day to talk to you guys about Thunder King Rai-Oh. I was watching a deck profile the other day on Jirax, and this is a Jirac build I'm working on. It's not that great. I haven't been working on it very long, but it's coming along, I guess. But back to Thunder King, I was watching a Jirac deck profile, and the deck profile that I was watching, this guy had put 3 Thunder King Rai-Ohs into his deck. Um, Now, mind you, Thunder King Rai-Oh is no place in Jirax already, but his justifications for the 3 Thunder Kings were very, very ignorant, I'll just say. He was saying that Thunder King would stop Inzectors in their place because it halts their Centipede plays, and that it stops Dino Rabbits and it stops heroes and everything. Now, on paper, it looks like it should be able to do all of those things. But in reality, in a real duel, when it comes down to throwing cards on the table, Thunder King is not as good as it really should be this format. The reason being, let's start with the Inzectors. Okay, it is true that Thunder King will stop Centipede from searching an Inzector to your hand, but here's the problem. Hornet. The problem with Hornet is they'll just equip Centipede with Hornet, just destroy your Thunder King and get their search anyway. Plus, they never even really start out with Centipede. It always starts with Dragonfly. They'll summon the Dragonfly, and if you don't negate the Dragonfly with a back row, then they know your back row blows cock. So they'll equip it with Hornet, blow up your Thunder King, special summon the Centipede, blow something else up, and get their search anyway. So that's why it's really subpar against Inzectors this format, because Inzectors will just blow it up. Now, well, where'd you go? I hate it when it does this. Dueling Network just disconnects. Let me pull Thunder King back up. Okay, now let's move on to heroes and talk about heroes. On paper, Thunder King looks like it should be extremely good against heroes, because every hero deck is maining triple potted duality, a Stratos, double E-Call, and sometimes even a Rhoda. So that's 7, I think, cards that in their deck, Thunder King on paper should be really good against. But in reality, they're also maining cards like Triple Alias, Evocator Chevalier, Hero Blast, Crusader Endymion, Gemini Spark. They are maining stuff like that. Most builds nowadays are running Skill Drains and Barbaros anyway. So that becomes very problematic for Thunder King. The reason being, all of those cards I named, the Alias, the Evocator, the Crusader, and what is it, Barbaros, all come out with 1900. Therefore, they'll just normal summon it, attack into your Thunder King, and then get their searches anyway. Because the fact is, they want their monsters in the graveyard. They run the double, triple Miracle Fusion. They want to have those monsters in the graveyard to banish, to get out the Shining, Nova Master, Ab-Zero, whatever the hell they want. So Thunder King is just going to get crashed into, usually. Now, if you have some back row to protect Thunder King, that's usually okay. Not the best move. I mean, against heroes, I guess it could be okay. But here's where a few other problems come in. They main usually 2 skill drains. Therefore, your Thunder King will not be getting its effect. And they main 2 to 3 Gemini Sparks, which means if you even have back row to protect the thing they summon against Thunder King, they'll just chain Gemini Spark, tribute it off, destroy Thunder King, get their searches anyway. They main usually 1 to 2 Hero Blast. So if you negated if you did something to put their Alias in the grave, and then you go Thunder King, or they tried to crash into Thunder King and you stopped it or something, and that alias is in the grave, they'll set one, pass turn. Activate Hero Blast, destroy your Thunder King, return my alias to my hand. So there's really, you just went neg on that play, and I think, if I'm thinking correctly, they just went plus. I can't think that quickly in my head, but I know you went neg. They probably just went plus, and they're still getting their searches. So really, really subpar against Thunder King. Now, against Dino Rabbit, it could be good against Dino Rabbit. Sounds like it shouldn't be on paper. It stops their Sangan searches, which is usually their first move. If they don't have Rabbit in hand, they'll Tour Guide into Sangan and just let that sit. They won't Exceed Summon unless they're feeling really endangered, and then they'll go straight into Zen Mains because that's what they do. But sometimes they'll Tour Guide Sangan, let it sit because they want that Sangan search. Now, Thunder King Rai-Oh will stop that Sangan search, but that is very, 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 very situational. Now, that's just for its search effect. Let's talk about its special summon negation effect. Now, only negates inherent special summons, and the last thing to happen on a chain would have to be that inherent special summon, and then you can activate Thunder King's effect to negate it. So Thunder King does not negate Gores and stuff like that. Now, here's the problem with the Thunder King issue. We'll start with Inzectors again. Inzectors, they're just going to blow it up before they even Exceed Summon or anything. So that's that. Heroes, like I said, they're just going to blow it up. But if they decide to Exceed Summon, which they never do, they'll never Exceed Summon unless they know they can have game or they are in a bad position. But usually your Thunder King's not on the field by those times. If they have game, Thunder King's gone anyway. If they're in a bad position, I guess Thunder King's okay. But it's only for that one situation. Now, when it comes to Dino Rabbit, Thunder King is an okay card. Like I said, it for its search ability, like to where it stops your opponent's searches, it's okay because it stops that Sangan search. But here's where it gets better. The reason it gets better is because it has 1900 attack and can negate the inherent special summons. Now, against Dino Rabbit does not have anything main decked as far as a monster to get over Thunder King, except for maybe Gores and some Rabbit players main deck Grand Mole. But other than that, they can't get over Thunder King, and Grand Mole doesn't even get over it. They're just postponing until next turn when you summon it again. But Thunder King is kind of problematic for Rabbit because they can't get over it, but they main deck Triple Lance, 1 to 2 smashing, and a Soul Taker usually. What is it? Of course they have the Dark Hole and stuff like that. Tour Guide, they'll probably try and bait out your Thunder King negation. They'll go like Tour Guide into Tour Guide, and what would they? They'd go for probably just a useless rank 3. And just either bait the Thunder King out or run it over. Plus, their maining stuff, like, I know Rabbit players main, like, Book of Moon and stuff, and Thunder King's defense is definitely not the best. Now, if they don't deal with it early on, then it can be kind of problematic, because Thunder King can stop Lagia and Dalka. If they go for Lagia or Dalka, you can negate it with Thunder King. But usually, if you have Thunder King on the field, they're not going to be going for Lagia or Dalka, obviously, because they know you'll just negate it. So the only it can be okay against Dino Rabbit because it can force them to make bad plays, but usually they're just going to bait out the negation or run it over with Lance and Smash and Ground and stuff like that. So there's my thoughts on Thunder King for this format. It's just too slow for how this format's being played, with Insectors and Heroes and Dino Rabbit running around. I didn't talk about Chaos Dragons, because Chaos Dragons don't give a fuck. They're just gonna Lila, pop a back row, mill 3. Okay, I have Chaos targets engraved now. Whoop-de-fucking-do. You can negate most of their inherent special summons, but it doesn't matter because they're just going to get them right back. They're going to bait it out and then go for Red Eyes Darkness Metal. So it doesn't really matter because everything they have can run it over, and they're just going to bait out Thunder King's negation if they have a problem with it. So that's why I didn't even talk about Chaos Dragons, because they don't search at all. Except for the one charge they run. Yeah. So that's my thoughts on Thunder King. Just way too slow for the format. It's a really good card, mind you. It's a really good card. It can force your opponent to make bad plays, but it's too slow for the format. The most it really can be is a 1900 beat stick. Now, a few decks it is good against is stuff like Quasar and really synchro heavy decks like what is it? Let's see, Quasar. Let's see, Machine of Gadgets. It's really good against because they can't. You can negate their Machine of Fortress plays, their Gear Frame plays, all their gadget plays. 6 Sams, it's okay because you can negate their synchros and Exceeds and Keyzans and all their searches and such. So it's okay against decks like that. But other than that, Thunder King's just a really slow card. So in this format, I'd rate it about 6.5 maybe, because it's still a good card, but not good enough for the format. So thanks for watching, guys. That's my thoughts on Thunder King Rai-Oh. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you liked the video. Check out some of our other videos. We got a lot of good deck profiles up, and we'll be having a thing where we have Mickey Vlogs come on to our channel here soon, and we'll be talking to him, and just a lot of cool stuff like that. So be sure to subscribe if you liked the video. And as for Taters from TeamSlopyTaters talking about Thunder King, I'm done. See you guys.